Chris Sale is having a resurgent season for the Atlanta Braves. And at 35 years old, and after a couple of injury-riddled seasons, we weren't sure what to expect out of the left-hander, but he's found his groove. His stuff looks as nasty as ever. So we'll break down his dominance and probably his best start of the season on this episode of 3 Up, 3 Down. Welcome in, everybody, to 3 Up, 3 Down. I'm your host, Peter Vryonis. Today we're going to be talking about Chris Sale and his bounce-back season that he is having with the Atlanta Braves. And after a couple of up-and-down years with the Boston Red Sox, where he was in and out of the lineup with injury, he has found his groove again, and to the point where he is leading the NL Cy Young conversation, and probably pretty wide margin as well over Zach Wheeler of the Philadelphia Phillies. It's great to see him healthy again. It's great to see his stuff be back to where it was when he was dominant with the Chicago White Sox, and maybe he doesn't have the 99 to 100 in his back pocket anymore, but he is a professional pitcher, and he is showing why he was one of the best arms of this generation yet again. And I think he's going to win the Cy Young. There's still a few more starts left for him to go in his season. He's been very good so far. He's leading the league in ERA. But can he keep it going? Is he going to have one of those blow-ups and maybe not be able to get across the finish line? I don't think so. He's looked really good this year. But before we get into the video, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. It'd mean a lot to me. And give me your thoughts on the resurgence of Chris Sale. Are you happy to see him doing well? Or are you not a Braves fan? Are you not a Chris Sale fan? Let me know in the comments down below. But it's great to see a potential first ballot Hall of Famer just really start to find his groove again, and I guarantee that he will be in Cooperstown once it's all said and done. But let's get into it right here. These are his stats for the season. He's 13-3 with a 2.61 ERA after last night's start against the San Francisco Giants, and it's the strikeouts that really stand out to me. In 134 innings pitched, which is a really big workload for him, considering that he didn't really pitch too much in the years past. So in the past 3 seasons, he's had 42 and 2/3 innings pitched, 5 and 2/3 innings pitched, 102 and 2/3 innings pitched, and now he's almost past that in one season of work with the Atlanta Braves. And he was traded to the Braves in the offseason in exchange for Vaughn Grissom, and Vaughn Grissom hasn't really panned out for the Red Sox as of yet. He's still a very young player. I think he'll be all right, but what Chris Sale is providing to the Atlanta Braves, who desperately need it, cannot be understated. He was a first-round pick in 2010, and he has been one of the best pitchers ever since. He was great with the White Sox, one of the best strikeout pitchers that we had ever seen, having multiple seasons of 250-plus strikeouts, and now he's starting to find his groove again. I guarantee that he'll probably get close to that figure if he's able to stay healthy throughout the rest of the year. But in 134 innings pitched, 177 strikeouts, and a whip under 1, a minuscule whip under 1. That is the most impressive thing for me. And you could see the betting odds here. He is a minus 140 favorite to win the award. Zach Wheeler is not too far behind him, but it's going to take some amazing performances for him to go out and sweep the award from under Chris Sale. So you got to bet $140 to make $100 profit on Chris Sale winning the Cy Young. And I don't know what the odds were coming into the season on him, but man, has he overperformed what a lot of people were expecting him to do in a Atlanta Braves uniform. And considering that Spencer Strider is down for the year with Tommy John, where was that other production going to come from? Where was that dominant strikeout pitching going to come from? Well, Chris Sale has answered the bell, and he has kept the Atlanta Braves afloat, who are really flirting with danger in the wild card race. This is a team that we didn't even imagine could miss the playoffs heading into the season. But when you lose Ronald Acuna Jr. for the whole season, when you lose Spencer Strider for the whole year, Ozzie Albies goes down with injury, Matt Olson underperforms, and you just get lack of contribution from everyone up and down your roster. That is going to happen, and Chris Sale has been their best player, their most important player, and I never thought I would say those words heading into the season. He was an all-star last in 2018. That was the last time he was an all-star. and he has found his groove yet again. He was an all-star yet again this season, and he just showed why he's one of the premier pitchers of this generation. He's found that groove yet again, and it's very nice to see. And you could see his outing yesterday was his best of his season. 7 innings pitched, 3 hits given up, no walks, no runs, and 12 strikeouts. I know it's against the Giants, not the greatest offense in the world, but what we saw yesterday was indeed vintage Chris Sale, and I mean he carved that lineup up like they were a Thanksgiving turkey. He was fantastic out there, and it's nice to see him healthy again. That's the bottom line. He's shocking pretty much everybody with this performance. Nobody. And if you're saying that you had Chris Sale as the Cy Young winner in the National League heading into the year, you're a liar. You're a total liar. I'm just going to go out there and say that. No one could have expected this kind of performance from him. I don't even think the Braves thought this was possible, but he's turned back the clock, and he looks like he's 25 years old again. That's how good he looks, and it's great to see. That's the bottom line. I'm glad that Chris Sale is back and healthy and contributing to a team that desperately needs it. I mean, the Braves have not been good this season. They've underperformed in so many statistical categories, and we're wondering now, where the hell would they be without Chris Sale? And I'm still trying to wrap my head around that question. I don't know the answer to that, but I guarantee you that they're struggling. They are struggling even with the heroics of Chris Sale. They have been struggling to find a groove. And if you take a look at some of the standings here, we'll just take a look at the stats one more time here. If we take a look at the standings and where they're sitting at in the wild card race, they are 1 game ahead of the New York Mets. 1 game ahead of the New York Mets, who are breathing right behind their necks for that third and final wild card spot. And that seems to be their only hope at this point, because Arizona and San Diego are firmly etched in those 1 and 2 spots with 67 and 53 records. And Atlanta 62 and 56, 6 games above 500 after being one of the best regular season teams of all time last year. That's very shocking to me. And again, if it was not for Chris Sale doing what he's doing, spearheading that rotation, then it would be a very different conversation that we're having about the Atlanta Braves. But that'll wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for making it this far. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button as well, and give me your thoughts on Chris Sale and his performance for this season. I've been very impressed with him. I'm glad that he's back and healthy, and looks like he has a couple more years left in that arm at a very high level. That'll wrap it up. Thanks again, and shout out to Baseball Town as well. A huge supporter of the channel. Would not be possible without them, so check them out. Whether you're in Ottawa, whether you're in Quebec, we got 3 physical locations, so you can go check those out. Or if you're not close, we ship worldwide, all around the world. Baseballtown.ca. You get $10 off your first order, free shipping on everything over $99. So go check them out today. It's your one-stop shop for everything that you need, baseball or softball related, whether it's cleats, bats, batting gloves, they got you covered. The best equipment at the most competitive prices. Check them out today. See you tomorrow.